You'll notice though, where we came down, we don't have too many fish. Might have a couple fish outside your windows, but as you look out, it's really kind of barren, right? Just kind of rocks and sand. Well, the reason for that is because the fish really only like to hang out at these reefs that we put down here. The whole purpose of putting the reefs down here is because it attracts the fish for a couple of reasons. One being food source, right? They have the reefs grow coral, and on the coral it filters out different particles and plankton through the water, and the fish like to eat that. Secondly, a sense of protection. Fish like to hang out at all the reefs because it gets them away from all the big predator fish. And third, it offers a barrier for the current. So we have currents here in Hawaii that are with. Alright guys, I'm looking at checkpoint number 1 coming up here in just a second. Alright, here we are at checkpoint number 1. The cool part about our tour, guys, is you will see what the other side is looking at. So to prevent any neck injuries, unless you hear someone yell shark or turtle or something like that, that's when you're going to want to look over. But for the most part, you guys will be looking at the same exact things on each side. This first checkpoint, what we're looking at are called the Hawaiian Pyramids. It's kind of obvious why we call them the Hawaiian Pyramids, being that we are in Hawaii, but a little more interestingly, these were actually, guys, placed down here by the ancient Hawaiians right around 275,000 hours ago. Actually 36 and a half years ago if you're a mathematician. You guys will notice some of these pyramids look broken. You guys see that, especially on port side, all that concrete's kind of broken up. Well, you remember when I said it was Captain Chris's first day? That is why. I'll explain why those are broken in a little bit. But for right now, all I'm going to tell you is that we had an airplane from the original Waikiki Beach. Let's see, you saw it. Oh yes, there it is. Kind of have to squint your eyes to look straight out in the distance. You can actually see the remains of the very first ABC store. You guys see it? Made you look. I always jokingly tell people this is the only way you can escape the ABC stores in Waikiki. It is possible though. You just have to come 80 to 100 feet underwater. Port side, you guys are looking at these structures, kind of look like big wine racks. Unfortunately, that's not what they are. I know you're on vacation, and that would have been convenient. However, these are called the Asahi Reefs. In Japan, you guys have had sushi rolls, right? Or at least seen sushi rolls. I hope, at least, right? So that seaweed that's used to roll up all the fish and the rice and the veggies and stuff, that's called nori. And it basically grows on reefs like this in Japan. However, when you look out, you're not seeing any seaweed on our reefs. That's because it's a little too warm here in Hawaii. Which is awesome if you're like myself and like to surf and swim a lot. However, not too conducive for making a profit off of growing seaweed here in Hawaii. You do have to be careful. So we have what's called the crush depth. And basically the crush depth is at which point do these viewports stop serving their purpose of holding back water. Any guesses on 6 feet? I see the head slowly turn up. It's a lot deeper than that, guys. We're already at 107 feet. Intact when we originally placed them down here, right? So we placed them down here in 1991, and they were complete, entire, fully operating airplanes. They had a cockpit, tail, huge wing, fuselage, flight attendants, everything. And now they kind of look a little beat up. So if you remember back to checkpoint number 1, all those pyramids, I told you that couple of airplanes crashed into them. Well, these are those airplanes, guys. So what happened, a year after we placed them down here in 1991, a really big hurricane came through the islands, Hurricane Niki. And what it did is it tore up all of our reef systems down here, made the current super strong, and basically carried these airplanes where they were originally placed, crashed them into our pyramids, somersaulted and rolled them, flipped them through the air, and eventually they landed where they are at now. To get an idea of how strong the hurricane can make the currents, Oh, see that fish on the side there eating at the ship? It's kind of got a little green and turquoise on it. That is called a parrotfish. They call them parrotfish because their mouths, if you look at them closely, they literally have the beak of a parrot. Oh, guys, right here, starboard side, we have eagle rays. My friends were breaking rule number 2 by not telling me up here. Right here, guys, get your cameras ready. Yeah, I'm offended. Those were awesome. How many were there? 4? 4 spotted eagle rays. Those are definitely something to scream about. Spotted eagle rays. They wanted to hide them from us. That's her back fins right there. Whereas the males would be just as long as his back fins. Alright. Yeah. Again, guys, port side, if you would like to fly starboard side, look over your shoulder. Oh, look at these just hanging out right there. Alright, eagle rays and turtles. My job here is done. You guys don't even need me today. Got some pufferfish too right here on the port side. They kind of look like Cajun turkey legs. Got really big black eyes, really huge head. Awesome.